Welcome everybody to another session for Optimal Self. Now we're going to tackle a book. It's called Joyful, a very happy book. Yeah. I actually like waiting for friends in a library or a bookshop. I remember picking up a book about a boy who never celebrated his birthday while waiting for a friend. I ended up buying my first Harry Potter book. And the next years were blessed with the next novel in the series and later on the next movie adaptation. Very recently, I spotted this book in another bookstore. And I was also waiting for my friend. It was orange. I was intrigued. And when I went closer, it was a popsicle. Went even closer. When I can finally read the title, it said Joyful. I ended up having to buy the book again because my friend arrived already. It took me months to finish the book. I think you would say I savored it because I would find myself searching online for new places, new things, and new causes. I wanted to share the basic ideas from this book, but I will add a new format, a do-it-yourself version of being joyful. I would like to share a simple guide to creating extraordinary happiness from ordinary things. I hope it inspires you to smile, to note a few suggestions, and to start your joyful makeover. She's the author. Her name is Ingrid Fetell Lee. She has a bachelor's degree in English and creative writing from Princeton University. She created a blog called The Aesthetics of Joy. Her TED Talk in 2018 received a standing ovation. New York Times, Wired, Fast Company, and more would invite her as an expert on design and joy. She was a faculty member in the Products of Design program at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. She said happiness measures how good your life is over time or upon some appraisal or reflection. It has many factors. Happiness would depend on your purpose, our work, our relationships even, to name a few. We sometimes do not know if we are truly happy. According to Ingrid Fetell Lee, joy is simple. It is an immediate, intense, positive emotion. We recognize joy when we smile, when we burst out laughing, when we jump up and down. And she said, we need to bring joy back into the heart of our lives. It is our inner guide to things that animate, stimulate, and sustain us. In fact, joy makes life worth living. She entreats us to get a joy makeover and discover joy that actually surrounds you. She wants us to ask, how often do you laugh? Maybe you can note your answers. What activities bring you the most joy? What are your happy places? And who are the most joyful people in your life? I think what intrigued me the most was the fact that my default is not joy. If you're familiar with another book, Personality Plus, I scored perfect in perfect melancholy. So you're always, attracted by your opposite. So that's probably why I savored this book. A grandson laughing, oh, that's wonderful. There are actually 10 aesthetics of joy, and they reveal patterns that connect the physical world around us to the emotional world within us. So number one, joy is actually energy. So joy is high energy, a high energy form of what we want, happiness. So there are telltale signs of joy. They include smiling, laughing, and jumping. So Ingrid Fetell Lee said, we don't sit or stand for joy, we jump. So what is the goal? If this is do your own, do it yourself version, joy makeover. The goal is actually to decorate with bright, vibrant colors and variable lighting to harness the energy. So through the book, I was exposed to a cause. This is called Public Color. It's a nonprofit organization. They engage high-risk students ages 12 to 24, and they put them in design-based programs to encourage preparation for college, job readiness, and even community services. So how do they do that? They paint the public schools and community centers. So you see the photo of public school, inside and outside. That's what they do. And through these programs, more schools experience less vandalism and other crimes, more students graduate, and more are able to find work and serve their communities as adults. Number two, joy is abundance. This is like a child in a candy store. There's simply too many choices. We choose abundance to express our deep delight. So what's your goal? You decorate with lush colors, textures, and patterns, even polka dots, something like that. What were her example? Well, there is actually a rainbow cemetery, where they paint the favorite design, color of the person, the dearly departed. And you can find that in Guatemala, in Chichicastenango. So it looks like that. And there was a famous designer. Her name is Dorothy Draper. She designed that staircase. She's famous for lush, abundant patterns. She designed that staircase that was originally in the Delnor Hospital in Illinois. And she also designed some homes. So if you look at it closely or online, you will realize that she manages to use many colors and textures. And I suggest you do the same. So how do I apply it being melancholy? I started to experiment with many colored pens and many scents in candles. Or it's difficult actually, but I'm beginning to realize what I like, and many textures. You may even be guilty of that. You have more pillows than you need on a sofa or on a bed, because you enjoy the different textures. Or you might be a foodie, and that's your spark of joy. Number three, joy is freedom. So the metaphor is like children let loose at the end of school. So they're running to the playground, or maybe they're running on a meadow. Freedom, maybe running towards nature. Because when you're surrounded by nature, you feel joy. Why nature specifically? It's very different from our environment. In fact, studies, according to the book, show that nature improves our attention, our sleep, it decreases stress, blood pressure even, and it lengthens the lifespan. You may want to read up on Shinrin-yoku. This is called forest bathing in the verdant greens of Japan. So Japan is near us, so that's the first photo. So imagine, you go there, they call it forest bathing. If that's too far, it's a big commitment. You may want to explore eating your meals in pocket gardens or urban jungles. There might be some in your neighborhood. If not, we can be creative. You can decorate with landscape photographs, paintings, or explore paintings of plants and animals too. And maybe to add more senses, you can listen to recordings of the sounds of nature while you do chores and work. Number 4, joy is harmony. So joy is our reward for seeing connections. It is also the joy we feel after we organize our closets. Are you a fan of Marie Kondo like I am? So maybe you know what I feel. Collections feel joyful. So she suggests that we learn to use our hobbies to decorate our home. Okay? It will add a certain theme and uniqueness. Or if you like that picture suggests, decorate your hobby corner. Make it look attractive. You may want to bring objects together through size, color, shape, and material. You may want to repeat patterns in different parts of the room. It helps the room stay connected and connections feel joyful as well. What she's also trying to emphasize is harmony is also symmetry. It's also joyful. So the most symmetrical shape would be round. You can add circles to the decor or design circular patterns into your home, school, and office. She highlights feng shui, which is an ancient belief that the way you arrange objects affect your success, health, and happiness. It is a Chinese art of spatial harmony. So the emphasis is a sense of order and removing obstacles, opening the channels for the flow of energy in homes and offices. So harmony at home actually makes you feel calm and peaceful and confident elsewhere. Number 5, play. Joy is play. So joy and laughter emerge from play. Play teaches the following: sharing, fairness, empathy, problem solving, resilience, and even resourcefulness. Actually, joyful people play in their adult lives. Do you still play? When was the last time you played? The first picture talks about a game. It's called Sardines. I don't know if you've tried this. One child hides. We call him the hider. When a seeker finds the hider, they cram together in the same hiding spot until the next seeker finds them and hides. So they're like sardines. The game ends when the last seeker finds the hiding spot. So you can try a game like that. You can also look at circles, round objects, and spheres for play because they don't have sharp edges. People from all cultures actually think they are safe to explore and to play with. So what are round things that feel joyful? Maybe at the very least bubbles. When was the last time you explored those? Balloons, no? You may want to use exercise balls for your chair. Or you may want to decorate things with pom-poms. She actually encouraged us to watch a documentary called Bounce. The subtitle says, How the Ball Taught the World to Play. Because apparently everybody can recognize what a ball is and all cultures tend to play with it. Another fun thing would be to play with cute things like stuffed toys, babies. Some hug pets, and they hug babies or they hug stuffed toys. And according to some studies, the same parts of the brain light up. So it's okay if you're asthmatic and you cannot hug a pet. Now you can replace it with a baby or a stuffed toy. You may want to add googly eyes for craft projects. Do you know those? If you've seen the latest Oscar, there was a movie, they put a googly eye there on her forehead, just like that. You can also look at cute pencils. I didn't choose a picture because I couldn't, but essentially they're cute things. Apparently there's a market for them. And I put this, she visited this. This is the Bubble Palace. Okay, it's a house that has no corner, imagine. You may want to look at another masterpiece by the same maker, the Bubble Dress. These are creations of Pierre Cardin. Number 6, joy is full of surprises. So surprise blends contrast and whimsy. Like seeing a rainbow socks on a serious executive dressed in a dark suit. Very recently on my trip, I would see a very bright pair of orange rubber shoes. And it always makes me feel surprised and joyful. So joy has a way of showing up unexpected. You may want to explore kintsugi. This is the Japanese art form where they fill the cracks of bowls, jars with lacquer mixed with gold or silver. It looks very pretty from starting as a broken piece of pottery. Or she suggests you may want to hide bills in your coat pockets or in bags that you rarely use or you're keeping for the next season, because it will make you feel some surprise the next time you use that coat or bag. So imagine finding extra cash on you the next time you wore it. Would that make you feel happy? I think it would. Number 7, joy is transcendence. So the upward movement correlates to joy. Like smiling, a smile curves the mouth upward. The sky is the universal province of dreams. Clouds offer an escape to what we call light-hearted joy. She mentions awe, and she says the feeling of awe actually overwhelms the senses. And it comes from very big things, big trees, majestic mountains, cathedrals, and more. And we can see it in structures when they use skylights or clerestories. Those are windows that are designed up above the level of the eye. So how do you experience joy as transcendence? Maybe you want flying kites, having balloons at a party, riding a Ferris wheel, a tree house. It might be as big as that, the one you see. Or you may even, if you're visiting the area, attend once a year, every October, the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. They're supposed to release hundreds of balloons at the same time. You may even want to decide to ride them. Number 8, joy is magic. So magic can be captivating, intriguing, sparkling, and sublime. When we feel wonder, it prompts us to wonder, and then we search for an answer or a new discovery. So at the root of our love for rainbows, comets, and fireflies is a small reservoir of belief that the world is bigger and more amazing than we ever dreamed it could be. Wonders never cease. So if you're doing that, maybe you can explore mobiles, wind chimes, bells, prisms, mirrors, kaleidoscopes, sun catchers, and skylights. Number 9, I'm almost done. Joy is celebration. So celebrations mark the pinnacles of joy. Now, a celebration is a social form of joy. It cultivates an atmosphere of inclusive delight. Yeah? So there's music and dance, and it engages our body into rejoicing. When people sang and danced together, they were more likely, according to studies, to help out or sacrifice for a group. I think this is probably why we like socializing after work. She mentioned the paradox that the more we share joy, the more it actually grows. So joy is contagious. Celebrations reflect actually how joy spreads to people. So what should we do? You spend all your joy, not money, at every chance you get so others can join in. So how do you do that? Maybe you want to add string lights or a party theme, or ask the guests to come in costume, or use happy music, or maybe arrange for song and dance. You may want firecrackers, confetti, glitter, chandeliers, sequins, tinsel, to make your gatherings more joyful. I am a pen and paper person, so I have an organizer. And very recently, I found this online. It has glitters. It's a binder. So I'm very happy that my organizer now is shiny. And I also decided to use colored paper already to write the dates. So I happen to find myself smiling every time I look at my next appointment in my organizer. You may want to consider the same thing. Joy, number 10, is renewal. Okay. Renewal refers to growth and change. There's a feeling of movement and progress around you. So the rhythm of renewal regularly brings joy back. So what do we see? The blossoming of trees, the rising of sun, the flow of tide. They remind us that nature has a cadence of joy. These are not all my words, these are her words. Very beautifully written. So cycles actually create symmetry between the past and the future, and they remind us repeatedly that joy will come back. So cycles create moments of anticipation, and it helps you bring future joy into the present. I got this idea from a different book by Robert Fulghum, and I think it appropriately gives an example to renewal. Reflect on the birth of a child. Some of you are praying for a child, some of you have a new one. According to him, there was a community where the guests were asked to bring a precious object and a letter to a child celebrating his first birthday. The parents kept the gifts and the letters for this child to read when he turns 21. Imagine how nice. Maybe the neighbor told him, oh, this was the newly minted bill or coin at the time you are born. So at 21, when he reads it, he reads a stranger, hopefully not, maybe it's his tito still, tell him a milestone at the time he was born. What a way to appreciate your birth. For the rest of us, you can look at exploring seasonal crafts and rituals, maybe origami, paper flowers, look at circle skirts, spiral, anything spiral, because they show you nature blossoming. So a spiral staircase, the Guggenheim Museum, they're famous for that, braided rugs, and you may want, back to Japan, hanami picnics, where everybody goes there to watch cherry blossoms, because apparently they're originally from Japan. Is it? Or Korea? I don't know. I'm confused. You can correct me anytime. Our culture encourages us actually to pursue happiness, and we attach it to milestones like graduating, winning a competition. succeeding at our careers, getting married, having children. It feels elusive, intimidating, and frustrating because so many factors need to be in place before we are finally happy. Joy is actually easier to access. No? We always know if we are feeling joy. We find ourselves joyful in small moments. So joy evolved to steer us towards what would encourage us to flourish. Our inner guide to things that animate, stimulate, and sustain us. It really is what makes life worth living. So we need to bring back joy into the heart of our lives, and from the seeds of our joy, a whole world can be reborn. Before we end, let's have a little game of word association to help us build our vocabulary for joy and the aesthetics. Okay, I will say energy. Find a synonym there. Did you choose vibrant? Correct. No? Next would be abundance. I hope you chose lush. Okay. Next, freedom in nature. That would be verdant. Harmony in our environment. That would be peaceful. Wow, somebody answered. Thank you. Play. That would be silly. Surprise would be unexpected. Transcendence or inspiring. Magic, it would be intriguing. Celebration, it would be dazzling. Remember the glitter? And renewal, it would be dynamic rebirth. Okay, some of you got good answers, and I'm sure more. You were just not fast enough typing, and I gave the answers too soon. Okay, give your life a joy makeover. I hope this encourages you. No? Note joyful memories in a journal. Explore the sources of joy in your life and why. List places to go, people to see, and activities to try to experience more joy. You may want to look at designing joy in spaces. You can redesign a room or among objects. You can make a craft project. Maybe you can design joy in a collection. You can update your wardrobe. Or design joy in an occasion. You can plan a party. And finally, you can design joy in an experience. You can plan a vacation. Diligently work on joyful projects. It was a joy, I've used this word too many times, to share my favorite ideas from another book. I hope I got you to smile, to remember something wonderful, and I hope I inspired you to try something joyful. You can join us, sobrang ng joy. You can join us in a breakout room. Yeah, it's ready. And share your next steps to designing a joyful life. Thank you and God bless.